I'm going to concentrate on two things. Making you happy and building our future together in Buchanan City. You know, I think the first thing we should do when we get to Arizona is renew our wedding vows.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be a wonderful way to start our new life together?
That's a lovely idea.
Good. Because I happen to know a preacher in Phoenix who would be more than happy to ride out to Buchanan City and do the honors.
Okay.
I'm going to call him. Right after I call Asa and tell him to have his plane ready to take off in the morning.
Oh, no, wait. Slow down.
Slow down? Honey, there's too much to do. I want to hit the road at sunup and be relaxing in a rocking chair on Buck and Blaze's front porch by the time the sun goes down in the evening in that beautiful western sky.
In that case, darling, you're going to have to go without me.
Boom. When the 10th person came into my office to tell me how beautiful Roxanne looks in her wedding dress, I decided I'd better come see for myself. You look stunning.
Well, I wouldn't buy it for myself, but I think it's appropriate for Roxanne.
Oh, no, you look gorgeous, Meg. And I think it's perfect for you. And since Sarah did mention the fact that the possibility of me
she's
walking
gonna have
to...
a solo wedding, okay? It's just gonna be Bo and Sarah.
What, have you decided that you want center stage for yourself?
No, there just aren't going to be any wedding bells for me. And if you want to kiss the bride, I suggest that you do it now, or you might never get a chance.
The jury has found you guilty. And it is my obligation to see that you are punished to the full extent of the law. Accordingly, I do hereby sentence you to a prison term of 10 years to begin immediately.
No! Mr. Holden, sit down. Why don't you just sentence her to death? Get it over with.
Mr. Holden, I will not tolerate any further outbursts in this court.
This revolving door when it comes to drug dealers. But you take a woman who has admitted her mistake, tried to make up for it, and you send her to prison for 10 years? The baby wasn't hurt. He's back with his mother.
Mr. Holden, I have already thrown you out of this courtroom once. It obviously failed to teach you any respect for this court. If you don't sit down and be quiet, I'll have you arrested.
I respect compassion and justice. Things that let go of me.
Max, Your Honor.
Mr. Russell, I have not finished yet. The 10-year term is only the first part of my sentence.
Here's what to do when you don't find the rainbows in this time. Here's where you go when it looks like the rain won't end. Don't cry. I'll give you tomorrow. Let me be the one to share it with. And each day that follows, 'cause we only have one night to live.
Did I miss something? Or didn't you just tell me that you would be willing to move to Buchanan City to start our new life?
Yes, darling, I did say that, but there's no way I'm going to be ready to leave tomorrow morning or even the day after.
Why not? Now that we've made the decision, honey.
Darling, we have all of our clothes to pack. We have a house full of furniture to pack up. We certainly can't leave town without saying goodbye to our friends and our family. There are 1,000 practical matters that have to be taken care of before we can watch sunsets on our new front porch.
Fine. So let's be practical and make a list. All right, the banner. I'll call our lawyers in court and Asa and arrange a meeting for tomorrow. Bank. I'll transfer some funds to Phoenix until we open a bank in Buchanan City. Now, about our goodbyes. How about just throwing a big party and inviting all our friends? Then we can have a family dinner and say our private goodbyes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So a week, what, a week? A week?
Darling, no, I don't. A week is not enough. I need at least a month.
A month? Honey, I was planning on having Buchanan City completely rebuilt by the first of the year. Look, wouldn't it be great to celebrate our New Year's Eve in Blaze's saloon?
Yes, it would be wonderful, but it would be equally as wonderful to have a celebration right here at Landfair. Look, Bo and Sarah are getting married this month. You're the best man. You have to be here.
We'll fly back for the wedding.
No, no, Bo is your brother, and Sarah's like a daughter to me. I don't want to be here just one day.
We'll fly back a couple days early.
Honey, the children, this is a major upheaval in their lives. I really think that if we wait until after the holidays, then the transition to their new school and their new life will be much easier. Darling, really, 2 months is not that long to wait.
I suppose not. Not if there's really an end to these practical considerations, and if you're not just using them to stall for time, hoping you can talk me out of the move.
You have a wonderful dream, and I want very, very much to be a part of it. But, sweetheart, before we go hand in hand off into the future, we have responsibilities and obligations to the present that we have to take care of. Now, I know you understand that.
Yes. I've been carried away with my enthusiasm, I guess. Been caught up in my dreams, and I haven't really considered what you're going to have to sacrifice in order for those to come true.
Well, being with a man that I love is not a sacrifice.
I promise you, you're not going to regret it for a minute. It'll be like we're newlyweds, discovering the joys of a new frontier. Well, they don't call me Mr. Practicality for nothing, so I guess I better get down to the courthouse and tell Court he's going to be running the banner. Cut one of those many ties that we're going to have to cut.
Is this your way of telling me that you and Max have parted company?
No.
Did he get cold feet?
No, I did. I had this ridiculous notion of proposing to him.
That doesn't sound ridiculous to me at all. Why didn't you?
Well, because I couldn't. So, you're just going to have to be satisfied with one married daughter instead of 2.
Unless, of course, Max proposes to you.
Yeah, well, I don't think he's going to do that. And even if he did, I think I'd say no.
I think I can sum up your problem in 2 words. Gabrielle Medina.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, I'd hoped that you and Max had worked this out by this time.
Well, we tried, Dad. Max kept saying that he loved me, but he also kept getting pulled into Gabrielle's life. And no matter how hard he tries to deny his feelings for her, they're still there. And I can't do this anymore. I can't keep convincing myself that I'm the most important person in his life when I turn around to find him dashing out the door to go and help Gabrielle and comfort her or whatever.
Okay, you know, once the trial is over...
No, Dad. Once the trial is over, he will still love her. Even if she gets sent to prison, she'll have a hold on him.
I feel so terrible for you.
Hey, it's no big deal. You know, I always land on my feet. I'm fine. Besides, I'm not the marrying type anyway, you know. And, my career is the most important thing in my life, and I've been putting that on the back burner. I think it's about time that I made it my #1 priority.
If the truth is that you wanted to get married to Max more than anything in the world, you made a commitment to him by moving into his place. You wanted that commitment to be mutual and to last for the rest of your lives.
Yeah, so I made a mistake. You win some, you lose some, you know. It's not the end of the world.
Well, it's close to it. It's all right, you know, to cry.
Yeah, I don't want to smudge my mascara.
You hate to show your pain, but that's what you're feeling. And, sweetheart, you can share it with me, you know.
Without clear-cut psychological evidence to determine the defendant's state of mind at the time she switched the babies, the jury was left to determine this difficult question based on the presentations of the district attorney and the defense counsel. In their judgment, the defendant was not temporarily insane. In my opinion, the possibility exists that the defendant, a caring mother herself, was driven by insanity to take such a shocking action. In addition, Max Holden and Brenda McGillis, 2 of the people most affected by the defendant's actions, did bear witness to their belief that Miss Medina has indeed changed. I'm also taking into account the fact that Miss Medina returned the child to its rightful mother. In the search for justice, this court cannot ignore their pleas for mercy. But when the trumpet sounds and we are judged by a higher court, we are committed to mercy and forgiveness, as well as to punishment. The defendant has expressed her feelings of remorse a dozen ways during this trial. And it is my belief that she will carry the burden of guilt she suffers to her grave. So what will be the effect of 10 years in prison on her? Can she suffer more than she is suffering now? I think not. 10 years in prison will deny her the opportunity to prove that she has truly changed. Is even the possibility of change worthy of a second chance? I think so. And I will give Miss Medina that chance.
Well, dissolving into a puddle of tears is not going to make Max forget about Gabrielle.
Well, denying your feelings isn't going
Dad,
to
I'm
make
not
them go
denying
away.
them, okay?
Megan.
I'm not. I really do have a hold on this whole situation. My relationship with Max hasn't changed. I love him and he loves me. We're just going to have to live together, that's all. We have fun together, we really do, and we're good for each other in a crazy kind of way.
Well, is that enough for you?
Yes, I'm fine.
What about Gabrielle?
Well, I guess that I'll have to pack lunch for Max every Friday when he visits her at Statesville.
Megan?
Hi.
Oh. My goodness, you look absolutely ravishing.
Thank you.
She looks very much like her mother.
Well, that's a lovely compliment. Thank you very much.
Actually, I'm feeling like this dress is a little tight. I think I'm going to go see if they can let it out. Excuse me.
Being at Crossroads seems to run in the family.
This court hereby orders that the defendant, Gabrielle Medina, be remanded to a halfway house for the duration of her 10-year sentence. The defendant will be confined to the halfway house at night and on weekends. She must put herself at the mercy of the citizens of Landview and rediscover the true value of work. Miss Medina has 1 full week in which to find meaningful employment through her own efforts and without the intercession of her influential friends and relatives. If she fails in that task, she will be remanded to Statesville Prison, there to serve out her sentence until she is eligible for parole. In the matter of the Commonwealth versus Gabrielle Medina, case closed.
All rise.
John, please, God, tell me I'm not dreaming.
You're not dreaming.
How am I ever going to thank you?
You can prove that we're right. Prove you deserve a second chance, Gabrielle.
Oh, I will. I'm going to make you and the judge and everyone in Landview so proud of me. Oh, if you're weak.
Sit down. You want some water?
No, I'm really going to be just fine, darling. Oh, Mother.
Max, let her have a moment with her mother.
Somebody bought him off. He says if he cares about justice and then he hands down a sentence like this.
He is a man of compassion, that's
compassion.
all.
Where is his compassion for your suffering or for mine? She wreaks havoc in our lives and then she's allowed to go free.
No, she's not free,
She is free
Michael.
to earn a living and she's free to come and go whenever she wants, or between 8 and 6, whatever it is. I mean, this is not justice. She's not even going to prison. It is outrageous.
Mr. Grand, if I could get
out of mind.
Michael!
Bernard, I'll tell you, I never thought I'd agree with Michael Graham, but in this case, I do. How anybody could ever believe that insanity play. I'll tell you, this whole thing is a hoax.
You didn't hear Gabrielle give her testimony on the stand, obviously.
Well, I read it in the Banner. Brenda, she knew the consequences. She firmly believed what she knew, that she could get away with it, and she did. Believe me, she's going to be back to her old tricks in no time.
I don't want to hear any more about this. I don't want to talk any more about this. I just want it to be over. And I'm worried to death about Michael, so if you'll excuse me, I need to check on him.
Oh.
Darling, why don't we go and find Joel and see if we can get the details of Gabrielle's stay at the halfway house?
Mommy? Yeah, let's go find John.
We won't be far away, darling.
Oh, hey, pretty
shaky there. You better come over here and sit down.
No, just hold me. Oh, when that judge sentenced me to 10 years, I was certain I wasn't going to see you or our little boy again.
Oh, yeah, I had a few awful moments there myself. But Judge Carlin turned out to be a pretty nice guy after all, huh?
Yes.
I think I need to make a few apologies.
You make certain that you thank him for not sending you to jail.
I'll do that, too. Listen, you better sit down before you fall over, okay? Look, pretty lady can still smile.
Pretty lady has a lot to smile about.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Christmas and Thanksgiving and New Year's all rolled up in one, wasn't it? And you know, if you follow the judge's orders, first day you're eligible for parole, you're going to be celebrating Independence Day.
And I owe all of this to you.
Well, no, not to me. There's a lot of people that deserve the credit. I mean, John, your mother.
No, you're the one that saved me. If it weren't for you, I would be in a grave somewhere. I'm certain I wouldn't have had the courage to take on this trial.
It was your love of Al that gave you the courage, and I want you to know that I'm going to make sure that you are a very important part of his life.
You know, my mother thinks that it's a miracle that I got such a light sentence. But I think the real miracle is the fact that we found a way to each other again.
Well, that sort of thing happens all the time. It happens to friends and strangers and even enemies. You get in a crisis situation and everyone has the same goal, to survive. People start sharing feelings and needs and fears they normally wouldn't under ordinary circumstances. And once the danger's over, they just go their own way.
But when two people are more than just friends, when there is a special bond that links them together, then everything changes.
We will always be linked by our love for Al, and I intend to talk to the judge about allowing you to see him as much as the court will allow. But as far as us, we have to get on with our lives.
My life is with you.
Gabrielle.
No, Max, I know that I used to tell myself over and over that we were always going to be apart, but this whole ordeal has proved that we're fated to be together.
Gabrielle, you are reading the wrong things
Am
into
I?
this.
I've been given a second chance. Not just for a future alone, but a future to be with you and Al, the three of us, as a family. The type of family that I've always dreamed for us to be.
Debra? Hey, come on, girl. What happened to that smile?
Oh, hi, Cord. Well,
What's going on? What's wrong?
it's just the press. I thought they'd be a little more objective towards my sister, but some of them still want to hang her.
Listen, there's always one rotten apple in the bunch. Hopefully the rest of the media in the town, they'll be a little more fair on her.
Well, I know the Banner will. So you're going to run one last story about the judge releasing my sister to a halfway house?
Well, I'm gonna run it. I don't think it's gonna be the last story because this story isn't over yet.
Oh, Cord, I'm sorry. I was so relieved and happy about Gabrielle, I completely forgot about Tina and her problems just beginning.
Well, I wish the judge could forget it as easily.
Well, he's been proven to be a very compassionate man,
Hmm.
and I'm sure he'll extend that compassion to Tina.
Yeah, hopefully he will. Listen, I gotta get over to the Banner. I need to knock out this big story.
Right, you better hurry and I'll see you... No, I won't see you tomorrow.
Oh.
Or the next day. That would be so strange. I mean, we've spent so much time together during the trial.
Well, just because the trial is over doesn't mean we have to end our friendship. Now, listen, I know you don't know too many people here in Lambview. At least not yet. In the meantime, if something comes up or if you just need somebody to talk to, well, I mean, I hope you give me a call.
Thank you. And I want you to know that I couldn't have got through this trial without you.
Well, you've been a lot of help to me, too, and I appreciate that. Well, I guess I'll see you around. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, that ought to keep the vultures at bay. Now, let's go and find Gabrielle and take her out to dinner to celebrate her good fortune. Come on.
Clint.
I just heard the news. You must be one happy lady.
I'm exhausted, but I'm deliriously happy. And when Gabrielle's no longer front page news, I'll be even happier, if that's possible.
Have you seen Cord?
Yes, he just left for the paper.
Oh, darling, would you be an angel and make a reservation for us at Barry's for you, me, and your sister?
Of course. Right. Goodbye, Clint.
Bye.
Clint, if you have a moment, I'd just like to take this time and express my everlasting gratitude to you.
So the end result is she's absolutely miserable and doing her best to deny it.
Well, perhaps I should go and talk to her.
No, I think she needs a little time on her own to work it out.
Can she?
I don't know, but I'm afraid if we pressure her now that it'll just make things worse. Are you here to see Bo?
No, actually, I came by to see you.
Well, is your secretary busy? Or are we dealing directly with each other now on Centennial business?
There are some problems that I would like to see resolved just as soon as possible. The budget is one, and the other, I think we need to work out the details of the Centennial Ball.
I thought we had decided to put off finalizing those plans until we heard from the governor's office. Has he accepted our invitation?
No, he has not.
So what's the hurry? I mean, is the committee pressuring you?
No, not the committee. It's personal. I'd just like to tie up all the loose ends as quickly as possible because I'm leaving Lambview.
Why? What's up? Banner business?
No, not banner business. Clint and I and the children are going to move out of town for good.
Move away? Why? Where are you going?
Arizona.
To the ranch?
No, actually, it's a little place not too far from the ranch. At the moment, it's a theme park called Old Arizona, but it's built right on the site of Buchanan City, which Clint's great-grandfather Buck founded, over 100 years ago.
Why the hell would you want to live in a theme park?
Well, it's not going to be a theme park. Clint is going to rebuild it and restore it, and then he's going to sell off parts of the property to other families who want to live a simpler life.
That might be a worthwhile investment, but why do you have to live there?
To rebuild our marriage. Clint feels that if he can return to his roots, and if we can give ourselves some time and space away from the conflicts and the distractions that Lambview holds, then we can focus on each other and on the family.
Just like the good old days.
Well, there's a lot to be said for the good old days. Clean air, clean water, the food grown without pesticides.
No electricity, running water, modern appliances.
Well, I don't think we're going to go that far. No electricity or running water. I think I'll put my foot down about that.
Oh, I don't know. It might be fun to make your own candles and bathe in the river every Saturday afternoon.
This is Clint's dream. Please don't make fun of it.
I'm sorry, Victoria. It's not a dream. It's a scheme. And the most ridiculous one I've ever heard.
Just why do I deserve, what have I done to deserve your gratitude?
You stood by me. You wouldn't accept my resignation, even though it left you and the Banner open to criticism.
Well, the Banner's taken criticism before, and so have I. We'll survive it. I am sorry if you were embarrassed by it, but you give it a month or two, and I doubt that anyone will even remember it.
I certainly won't forget it. I have quite a score to settle with Herb Callison.
But now, just let it go. I think you'll find that revenge isn't quite as sweet as you might think it is.
I think it would be delightful to see him suffer the same humiliation.
You won't enjoy it. Trust me. Besides, you have more important things to do with your time and energy, like putting out the best society column in the country.
You know, you seem more relaxed, more at peace. Does that mean you've been able to resolve the differences between you and Viki?
We're working on it. We're working on it, and I'm very optimistic that we're going to succeed.
Did you find some secret out in the desert that turned things around for you?
I found a lot of answers out in Buchanan City.
So it was there.
Yes. Yeah. In fact, Viki and I are going to be living there.
Pardon?
Well, we're moving out there permanently. I'm going to restore it, and then I'm going to sell off some of the excess property to other people who want to enjoy the simpler kind of life. You think I'm loco, don't you?
Oh, no, of course not. I'm terribly happy for you and Viki, but just thinking selfishly, I shall miss you terribly. I mean, you're the whole reason that my column is such a success. I won't know what to do without your advice and your counsel.
It won't make a bit of difference.
You did just fine without me this past week. You'll continue to do fine when I move. And I will continue to read your column with great pleasure. Oh, by the way, don't mention this to anyone until I've had time to break it to the family, will you?
No, of course not.
Okay. Well, I better find Cord and break it to him. You have a nice evening. See you tomorrow.
I'm not the same person who switched those babies. I have changed. There'll be no more deceit or manipulation. From now on, I will be honest in everything that I say and do. I swear to you, you can trust me. You'll be proud of me.
I am proud of you, very proud of you. And I believe you have changed. I don't doubt it for a minute. And I don't doubt the judge's decision. I agree with him completely. You deserve a second chance, and I don't think you will disappoint him.
And I'm going to make you happy. I know that my being in a halfway house, that's going to be a new lifestyle that we'll have to get used to, but we can make that work.
Gabrielle, I'm committed to Megan. I love Megan. I want to make a life with her.
No. What happened with us, what we shared, the passion, the love, and the trust that we found in each other, that wasn't because we share a child. That was because of you and me.
That was about saving you. You needed someone to support you. You needed someone to believe in you. But you don't need me any longer.
Oh, yes, I do. I need you now more than ever.
No, you don't. Don't you, be out there, you find a job, you meet new people, you make new friends, and, you meet someone special, someone who can love you, someone who can care about you, give you the life, give you a new life to build.
I want to build my life with you.
You deserve someone who can commit to you completely. That can't be me. Megan's too important to me. I just can't ignore my feelings for her.
If you loved Megan so much, you would have married her by now. If you were so devoted to her, you wouldn't have spent so much time with me.
I wanted you to understand that what you'd done was wrong. I wanted you to give the baby back to Brenda. And when you confessed, I wanted to make sure that you didn't fall victim to all your despair and guilt.
It's because you have loved me since the moment you met me. We belong together.
I left you. I got involved with Tina. It would have been a big mistake, but hell, I would have married her if I hadn't realized she was in love with Cord.
That's because you didn't know I was pregnant. If you knew I was pregnant carrying Al, then everything would have been different. You never would have run away.
But I did. And our lives went different directions.
Yes, because you couldn't admit that you loved me. You couldn't admit it to yourself. You couldn't admit it to me, just like now, but you did admit it up there on the witness stand in front of everyone in court. You said that you loved me and that you always would love me. Was that a lie? Was that to just stop me from getting a sentence in prison? Tell me, Max, was that just a lie?
Wasn't a lie. Part of me does love you, but it's not enough. I'm sorry.
Yes, it is enough. It's enough for now, and it'll grow. We'll find that happiness together.
Oh, Gabrielle, you're stuck in the dream you dreamt when you met me in Argentina. Has nothing to do with reality.
We can make it come true. The belief that you had in me through all of this is like the belief I have in our love, and that will sustain us through months and years to come.
You have to let go of me. You have to face the fact that I'm not the one for you. I can't make you happy.
Oh, yes, you can. But all you have to do is allow me to prove that to you.
It wouldn't be fair to you. Because I know it wouldn't work, because I love Megan.
You'll get over Megan.
You said that you're going to be honest from here on out. Truth was the most important thing. Okay, fine. Truth is, I love Megan, and nothing is going to change that. Now, I'm sorry to hurt you like this, but to lead you on would eventually hurt you more. We share a son together. We will always be friends. I hope always loving friends. Listen, I'm going to go to the judge and talk to him about your visiting Al tomorrow.
I don't want to be your loving friend. I want to be your lover. I want to be your wife.
When you think about what I've said, you realize that I'm doing the right thing. There's someone special out there waiting for you. Someone that can make all your dreams come true. You just have to look. I know you'll find him. And I know he'll give you the happiness you deserve.
Michael, there you are.
Oh, hello, Harry. Bring the lovely lady a drink.
No, I wouldn't care for a drink.
Too bad.
Michael, I am worried about you.
You are?
Yeah?
You know what you should be worried about? You should be worried about the American system of justice. Wreck a few lives, get a slap on the wrist. That's what we got going in this
Michael,
country.
you've got to get rid of this bitterness that you're feeling before it wrecks the rest of your life.
Life. What what life is that, Brenda? My wife is dead. My son is dead. What I have left for me is a gut full of bitterness and hopefully pretty soon a gut full of this. Harry, I need a refill.
No, Harry, I don't think he needs another drink.
Oh, yes, Harry, he most certainly does. Thank you.
Michael, you're not going to find the answer in the bottom of that glass. You've got to forget about Gabrielle, and you got to get on with your life starting right now.
Brenda.
What?
You are a very kind and a very dear friend, but you know something? I want to be alone right now. Harry, bring me the bottle, will you?
No, I think it's going to be a very exciting adventure for all of us.
Oh, well, no doubt it'll be exciting for Clint. He can strap on a six-shooter and play macho man to his heart's content. But what about you? What, are you going to spend your time weaving, making pottery, what, planting beans?
Clint is not going to be wearing a gun.
Okay, let's forget about Clint and his needs. What about you? What about your dreams, your needs? Can you walk away from the newspaper your father built? Or the roots your family planted here in Landview generations ago?
Well, yes, of course I'm going to miss the banner. I admit that, and my friends and my family, but Clint's roots are just as important as mine.
Yeah, but Clint gave up his roots to make a home here with you, and now he's forcing you to give up everything you hold dear to live in some godforsaken prairie
Roger,
town.
for heaven's sakes, Roger, he's not putting a gun to my head and forcing me to go anywhere.
Well, not literally, perhaps, but in a more subtle way, that's exactly what he's doing.
No, it's not true, okay?
The hell it's not. He's too insecure to trust your love, so his suggestion and his plan is to pack up you and the kids and move off to a place where he can call all the shots.
If you're just going to rip them apart, I don't want to hear it.
If you give in on this, you better be willing to accept the fact that your marriage isn't a partnership at all. You'll give him carte blanche to make all the decisions for the rest of your life, and if you disagree with him, he'll accuse you of not loving him and sulk and pout until you throw up your hands and give in.
I cannot tell you how much I appreciate your faith in my intelligence.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult your intelligence. But you're not being rational. I have the greatest respect and admiration for your unselfishness, but it's a double-edged sword. It can be dangerous as well as rewarding, and this time I'm convinced it's leading you into danger.
Well, you're wrong. You're wrong on two counts. In the first place, I am not blindly following Clint to Arizona. I have thought about this a great deal, and I truly believe it is the best move for everyone, and that everyone includes me, because it's the best move, especially for me. And that leads me to my second point. I'm not being in the slightest unselfish.
You're running away to Arizona to hide from your feelings for me.
I am not running or hiding from anything.
But you're saying that Clint is right to doubt your love, and the more distance you put between us, the safer you'll feel?
Look, my love for Clint has never been in question.
Yes, I know that. I know that. The question is, and always has been, is it greater than your love for me? And you're not sure of that, are you? You're afraid that if you stay in Landview, you might actually admit you'd rather have a life with me.
Roger, I have so many regrets and such sadness because our love was never fulfilled. But it's over. It is in the past, and it has no place in my future. My future is with Clint and my children in Arizona.
All right. If you're determined to bury the past, let's bury it. We won't even be business associates. As of this moment, I'll assume the chairmanship of the Centennial Committee by myself. As of this moment, you're out of my life. And I'm out of yours.
Andy, where's Al?
Kelly's bathing him. Want a hot dog? I bought one from the corner.
No, thanks. Is Megan upstairs?
Nope, she's still taping at the studio. Hey, why aren't you there? The trial's been over for hours.
I had to deal with Gabrielle.
Well, are you going over there now?
No, I gotta stay here and get this place ready to open tomorrow.
Look, here's the list of the suppliers who called. Look, why don't you go to the studio and have them call me?
No, thank you. I'll do it myself.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Go right ahead.
How is it possible to love two women at the same time?
I don't love two women. I love Megan.
All right, you don't have to scream your head off to me.
Andy, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to blow up at you.
It's all right. I'm getting used to it. Besides, I'm glad Megan's the one you love. After what I've seen about Gabrielle, can't blame you.
And what makes you such an expert on Gabrielle?
The trial. I learned a lot about her, and I didn't like anything I learned. But Megan, on the other hand, well, any woman who has enough guts to ask a man to marry her is all right in my book.
Jewelry away from me when they book me, but I really don't want to hand them this. Could you take care of this for me?
Sure.
Bye.
Bye. You take good care, all right? And I'll see you real soon, probably later today.
All right, I think that's just gonna about do it, Michael. Now, you can come over to the house and you can see Stephen, or I'll drop you up at Grandview, but we're gonna go, okay?
Brenda, he's your son. You go and you take care of him.
I am going to take care of him after I take care of you, okay? Does Michael have a tab here, or do you have a check for him?
He's got a tab. I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you. Come on, let's go,
I'm
Michael.
not going anywhere, Brenda. I'm not going.
What do you want to do, Mr. Grand? Do you want to sit here at the bar stool, at Barry's Bar and Grill till you just fall over?
She's got a point.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Come on, Michael, let's go. Michael, please. Would you come with me now?
All right, all right, all right, all right. You win.
And there he is, sloshed out of his mind.
Excuse us, please.
Certainly.
Yes, excuse us.
Our pleasure.
Here we go.
Mrs. Medina.
Yes.
Your table is ready.
Thank you so much.
Would you like anything from the bar?
Yes, we would. We'd like some champagne, your best vintage. Thank you. Well, Brenda McGillis ought to be more discriminating about who she spends her time with. Michael's liable to try and strangle her and kill her just the way he did you.
Mummy!
Well, it's true. He's a pitiful man, a pitiful excuse for a man. Don't let him upset you, darling.
It's not Michael. It's Max. Oh, we should have thought to invite him. No. That wouldn't have been a good idea. He's gone home to Megan where he thinks he belongs.
Is that why you're crying?
I've lost him.
Oh, Gabrielle, I don't believe that. I mean, he said he loved you in front of everyone.
I know. But I did everything but get down on my hands and knees and beg him to give our love a chance. But he said it's over.
Well, I say good riddance.
Mommy, he gave her all that support.
Yes, and now she doesn't need him anymore. I want you to put him out of your mind. He's not the man for you. Give up these girlish illusions forever. Darling, you're young, you're intelligent, you're so beautiful. There will be a man for you. A man who truly deserves your love.